YouTube, what it do, what it do? It is the homie Soldier, and it is Monday, July 19th, 2021, and I hope you all are safe and healthy. Man, has it been a minute since I last uploaded, guys. I have been busy, went on a vacation to the beach, had a good time, and just really haven't had a whole lot of time to game in a while. So, but I wanted to drop a video. It's just an updated version of my assault rifle meta build. Just going to be a short and sweet video, no gameplay included because it's essentially almost the same build. It's just a little bit better. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into the build breakdown, guys. Okay, guys, so this is the old version of the build. You can see I was running one Fenris piece, one Cheska, the Fox's Prayers knee pads, and a Grupo Sombre holster with 2 pieces of Walker and Harris. Now, for the new version of the build, you're going to see a lot of similarities. You can see we're still running the Technician Specialist. We're still using the Carbine 7 with NSYNC. We're still running Spotter and Vigilance. Guys, that's because, like I said, I think this is the meta of the game currently. So I'm not changing anything astronomically. Now, what I did do, I added the Coyote Mask and I added the Contractor's Gloves, and I dropped the 2 Walker and Harris pieces. The reason for this is because the Contractor's Gloves gives you 8% damage to armor. The 2 pieces of Walker Harris only gives you 5, so I'm getting more damage to armor, and I'm also getting more crit hit damage depending on my distance from the Coyote's Mask. Now, the only drop-off we did have was a little bit of weapon damage, but at the end of the day, it's just a better build this way with the Contractor's Gloves and the Coyote's Mask. Taking a look at the specialization tree, like I said earlier, we are running the Technician Specialist. The reason for that is for the linked laser pointer that you get that connects to your gun and activates Spotter. You want to make sure that you also have the assault rifle damage bonus active. For our primary weapon, we are still using the Carbine 7. It beams, guys. I've got crit hit chance on all the attachments except for the linked laser pointer, obviously. Damage to targets out of cover in the 3rd spot, and then in sync. I'd love to use the FAMAS, but unfortunately, as I explained in the other video, you can't put the linked laser pointer on there, which in turn doesn't activate Spotter. Our secondary is the military M870 with crit hit chance on all attachments, damage to targets out of cover, and then Optimus. This thing hardly gets used, guys. You can run whatever you want to as your secondary. Moving on to the gear and starting off with the mask, we are running the Coyote's Mask, which comes with weapon damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and then I've got a crit hit damage mod. The talent is Pack Instincts. If you guys don't have this mask, get this mask. Very strong mask. You can use it in a lot of builds. On the chest piece, we were running Cheska chest piece, which gives us 10% crit hit chance. It's got weapon damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and a crit hit damage mod. We are still using the talent Spotter, which says amplifies total weapon damage and skill damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. And with the linked laser pointer, all you have to do is aim at an enemy, and that is going to pulse them, and you automatically get amplified damage. For the holster, we are running a Grupo Sombre holster, which gives us 15% crit hit damage. I've rolled armor onto it, and I've got crit hit damage and crit hit chance. For the knee pads, we are running the Overlord named knee pads, the Fox's Prayers, which gives us rifle damage, which is actually not needed. I've rolled armor onto these, and then the reason we run these is for the damage to targets out of cover, and then I've got crit hit damage in the 3rd spot. As most of you probably know by now, damage to targets out of cover is amplified damage, so this is best in slot. Likewise, for the gloves, we are running the named Petrov gloves, the Contractor's Gloves, which gives us that 10% LMG damage, which we are not using. I've rolled armor onto these, and the reason we are running these is for the damage to armor, because that is also amplified. So it is best in slot, and then I've got crit hit damage in the 3rd spot. Last but not least, guys, we are running our 1 piece of Fenris on the backpack, which gives us that 10% assault rifle damage. I've got weapon damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage with a crit hit damage mod, and we are still using the talent Vigilance, which says increases total weapon damage by 25%, taking damage, disables this buff for 4 seconds. Now, since we are running Vigilance, guys, you do want to use the Crusader Shield. The Crusader Shield is going to absorb a lot of the bullets. Of course, unless you're getting shot in the head, then it's not going to matter. But when you're behind the shield, Vigilance is going to stay active even while you're getting shot at. They're going to be hitting your shield. The shield is also going to activate in sync on your primary weapon. For my second skill, I'm running the Striker Drone, just to proc in sync, and then it's just kind of a nuisance. It's going to go behind the enemy, shoot them in the back. You guys can run whatever you want for your second skill. Just make sure you're using something that's going to proc in sync. Taking a look at the stat sheet, you can see we are sitting at 51% crit hit chance and 160% crit hit damage. Now, 51% is a little bit lower than I'd like on the crit hit chance. 60 is max, but with the Cowdy Mask, we're going to make up crit hit chance and crit hit damage depending on how far the enemy is from us. I'd still like to be at the 54 to 55% range. 60 is not needed with the mask. Once I get this build optimized, we will be setting perfect. And that's going to do it for today's build video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. Just a quick updated version of a previous build. I'm sure most of you saw that Ubisoft is announcing their new game tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm super stoked. I presume it to be that Battle Cat game that we've seen get leaked on Twitter. Now, I do plan on keeping up with that content as well, so be sure to subscribe for the news and updates on that game. Leave me a comment what you're expecting that game to be like, and what you want it to be like, what you hope for it to be like. And guys, as always, like the video. It helps me tremendously. And we will see you guys in the next video.